Welcome to First Word, striving to make God's Word your first priority today. Romans 1:18 through 23. For the wrath of God is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men, who suppress the truth in unrighteousness. Because what may be known of God is manifest in them, for God has shown it to them. For since the creation of the world, his invisible attributes are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse. Because although they knew God, they did not glorify him as God, nor were thankful, but became futile in their thoughts, and their foolish hearts were darkened. Professing to be wise, they became fools, and changed the glory of the incorruptible God into an image made like corruptible man, and birds, and four-footed animals, and creeping things. The first reason for God's wrath mentioned in this passage is that men suppress the truth in unrighteousness. The sinful actions of men suppress or keep God from being known as he should be. Men love darkness rather than light. So when it comes to truth, they do all they can to avoid it and not let it be a part of their life. Paul continues in verse 21 and says that they did not glorify him as God, nor were thankful. When man chooses to live following his own desires, he does not consider God's. In doing this, he tries to glorify himself rather than choosing to revere and honor God. He fails to thank God for the life that he allows them to live, for the provisions that he gathers for them, and every other area of blessing that comes from God. Since God is not getting any credit, this man's thinking is futile or vain. There is no purpose in it. It is simply useless. This results in a darkened heart, a heart that has no light from God in it. In their self-proclaimed wisdom, they reveal their foolishness by giving up the worship of God and begin to worship false gods made after the image of man and animals. This worship is not always as easily seen as individuals bowing before an idol, though in places it can be. For many, it is simply the worship of self or another that they may make more important than obeying and revering the Almighty Creator God. When our ways are better than God's ways, and we choose, as Proverbs says, to lean on our own understanding rather than acknowledging God's, we have made ourselves God. Remember, these individuals are under the wrath of God. When they suppress the truth, they are directing people away from the God of the universe. When they fail to be thankful, they take credit away from the great and loving shepherd who provides all. When they allow other gods to take the place of the true God, they are guilty of idolatry, and God is a jealous God. Thank you for joining us at First Word. Our prayer is that you might be glorifying and worshiping God in your life.